Hi class, I'm here to talk to you about the week 5 discussion and the individual writing assignment. And the reason why I'm talking about both of them together is because your discussion is based on your individual writing assignment and the choices you make about which genre you're going to pick. And there are 3 different choices and what topic you want to write about. So in order to do this response, you need to make sure that you read through the week 5 individual writing assignment instructions very carefully, because I have noticed in the discussions that some of you are picking topics that may not fit the specific genre choices that you have. So it says here in the discussion topic instructions that you as a student and in your job that you will often have to write for different purposes and for a variety of audiences. And we've been talking about this for the last four weeks, about making choices, about specific writing tasks, and exploring how to talk to and about an audience. And you've also researched professional writing in your discipline and career, and you've identified the strengths and limitations of academic essays. As I've stated, you have to review this week's summative assessment, which is called Specific Genre Writing, and the instructions, and select the assignment components, which really needs to start here with what genre you would like to pick, and then your purpose, what your topic is, and who you're going to be writing to. So for this discussion, you want to consider your audience, your topic, your purpose, and the genre you selected. And you want to answer these questions. What is your topic? Why is it important to you? What inferences can you make about your audience? Who do you hope might read this piece of writing? What would you like your audience to know or think after reading your writing? And as the author, what can you control about the piece of writing? And those are things like your tone of voice, the words you choose, your organization. What impact do your choices, just like I said, have on your readers' experiences? Okay, so in order to complete this discussion, you have to make sure to read the assignment instructions very carefully. So let's go and take a look at that here in module number 5, writing choices. And here we are. All right, so this is a summative assessment, and it says, let me just do this. In any career you choose, you will need to make decisions when communicating. For example, you will consider and adjust your writing according to the goal of the message and the needs and expectations of the audience. And each piece of writing or every speech that's created is written to a very specific or spoken to a specific audience. You will also select appropriate writing styles for discipline or industry-specific situations. There will be times you will write pieces for many different genres, including more formal genres for college or work. Becoming familiar with a variety of genres will help you create a working toolkit to leverage throughout your career path and personal life. So, this week you will demonstrate your ability to adapt to a particular rhetorical situation, that is audience, topic, purpose, genre, and writing context by writing a piece that achieves a specific goal. So for this assessment, you will write a piece in a specific genre to demonstrate how effectively you can compose an original written work that employs appropriate rhetorical situation, genre, and organization. There's 2 videos that you can watch first about defining your purpose and how I write. I did not make these videos. Okay, now let's talk about the more specific instructions. So part 1, written piece. This is where you're going to choose the genre and the topic that you're interested in writing about. So you have 3 genre choices. One is a professional email advocating for a change at work. And this is also known as a proposal paper. So this is basically where you are letting your work or your boss or the company board members know about some change that you think would be beneficial for your work, such as maybe a new computer program, or maybe advocating for flexible work hours or hybrid work hours, both in the office and remotely. And the second genre is a how-to essay describing some sort of process, either that you might do at work, or it should be this highlighted, at work, or something at home or outside of work. And I've had people write about the process of cleaning their own pool or cooking a Thanksgiving dinner for their family. So a process, and that is the steps that it takes to do something. And with the process paper, you want to make it engaging, so you also want to give background information, and you want to explain why something should be done in a certain way, and some other maybe anecdotal information or stories. And then the third choice is a persuasive essay on a debatable issue. And so this is very similar to the week 3 argument paper, in which you took an issue, which is a question such as, what are the effects of social media on children? And you do some research and you find some information, and then you conclude that social media can be dangerous, or it can have some negative impacts on children. Or maybe you find that overall social media is beneficial, or there are some really positive effects on children. And then you support your position, which is your opinion based on evidence from research on that topic and on the side that you pick. But it is not informative, so it is not both the good and the bad. It is taking a very specific position and then defending it with your supporting reasons and evidence. The paper should be between 525 and 650 words. It is professionally written, formally written for school or for work, and it includes the necessary components of a 5-paragraph essay, but it does not have to be just 5 paragraphs. You can have more body paragraphs as you need them, because you don't want to have a whole page as a body paragraph. It is usually 2 to 3 body paragraphs per page. You want to include the following in your written piece through your organization, language use, and tone. These are not what you're going to write about in your paper, and you're not going to write about this before you write your paper. These are what you want to take into consideration before you write and as you write. So you want to make sure that you think about who specifically your audience is, and so that you create your tone and your language use and possibly your organization to write to that audience. You want to think about your purpose and the context and how that also pertains to your audience. So maybe you need to give them more background information so that they really understand what you're talking about before you go into your argument or go into your process. You want to follow the conventions and trends of professional or academic writing, meaning using citations, the correct word choice, a more formal writing. In this case, you wouldn't want to use first person, and you would never want to use second person, using the word you and talking directly to your audience. And then the correct formatting and structure. Now, even if you write a professional email advocating for a change at work and you put it in the form of a letter, it's still an argument, so to speak, or it's still taking a position on a certain change that you're advocating for and giving the reasons and supporting why that change would be beneficial to the company, to the employees, or to both. But the second part is the reflection. So when you're done with the paper, you're going to go to the next page following your reference page, and you are going to reflect on these 3 bulleted questions. You want to make sure that you're citing your sources correctly and formatting your assignment according to APA guidelines. I've given you a lot of resources on that here and also in the announcements. And then I have just included a lot of additional resources to help you here. So argument, this is a link to a website on argument, a link to a website on counter arguments, a tip sheet on writing a process paper, and then some handouts on organizing an essay, paragraph structure, thesis statements for argument essays, argument essay outline, graphic organizers. I think that it would be really beneficial for you to go through the process, and that means to start by free writing some of your thoughts and ideas about your topic and the genre, doing some research, organizing your ideas, possibly creating an outline for yourself, and then writing your first draft, doing some revision. Revision is the development and organization of your ideas, and then editing for grammar and spelling and punctuation, and your formatting. And then I've included examples of each of these genres of papers, okay? So I've included 2 student sample argument papers, and of course there's the work, life, and balance paper, which is also an argument paper. And I've included a few sample student proposal papers. This is on a website, but these are from past students. And then I've also included some sample student process papers. And these 2 are from websites. And these are some prior student sample papers as well. And then there's some more support here, assessment support. This is the rubric, so you can review that. And I always recommend reviewing the rubric before you submit it like a checklist, making sure that you have each of the elements and the criteria needed for your paper, and how to upload a saved document. There's the work-life imbalance sample paper. Here's a model brand story and the link to the Center for Writing Excellence. Okay, so make sure you go through this again, read through it, and then decide on what genre you're going to be writing about and your topic, and go to the discussion, and then tell the class about it. I hope you are having a good day. And if you have any questions, let me know.